So the government of Ghana, led by President John Dramani Mahama, has allocated 292 million Ghana cedis for free sanitary pass in the 2026 budget. That was read in Parliament last week. I think it is coming from a good place, but it is a misplaced priority. Why do I say it is a misplaced priority? Or it could have been used in a different way that could actually use to actually help employ people as well. It will actually help create jobs and also kind of meet the intended target or meet the intended what that money was intended for as well. So I feel like using that kind of money to actually secure or maybe let's say procure sanitary pass for girls in 2026 is not the right way to go, but rather they could have used that money to actually invest in building a factory. 292 million Ghana cedis can use to build a factory. Even if it is in a small quantity or in a small size factory, you could use that money to create or to build that factory so that it will help produce some of these products so that we can use it for a very long time. But if you have to use 292 million Ghana cedis just for 1 year, you see that at the end of the day, in 2027 again, you have to allocate an additional money or you have to allocate another money to procure this sanitary pass again. So why don't we just, let's say, build a factory that will actually help produce some of these things so that we wouldn't have to be, let's say, securing or maybe procure, let's say, wouldn't have to be procure, what's the name? Wouldn't have to be, let's say, allocating money into the procurement of some of these things when we could actually produce it right here in Ghana. And also it will also help in employment of people, or it will also help in the production, or it will also help in, let's say, in the creation of jobs. You understand? So that would rather be the best way to go rather than allocating that money for procurement of these products when we can actually, let's say, build the factories here, produce it over here, create jobs for our people, and also we'll be able to actually, let's say, meet the intended target or what that money was intended for as well. So I think that would rather be the best way to go rather than let's say going to buy this sanitary pass to supply to young girls. But then again, there are people that are going to have in the procurement process, there are people that are going to take their percentages. Like we know most of these things that go on here, those that are going to be, let's say, be in charge of these things in terms of buying and those kind of things, they will have their cuts. So that's the reason why why are we not visionary? Why don't we actually think about the long term? Why are we only thinking about short term? Because this is a short term measure. This is a short term measure. We should rather be thinking about the long term, the next 10 years, the next 5-10 years, next 15 years. You see, but if you are just allocating, even if it involves, let's say, allocating an amount of $500 million, for example, to procure or to actually put up this factory, I think it is rather a good investment rather than thinking about short term. That's not the best way to go, and that's not how to build a country. If you are going to go in this direction, we will continuously go out there to go and take funds just to come and pay for some of these things when we could actually produce it right here in Ghana. Peace.